This is your 420 Radio News for Thursday, April 3rd, 2014. I'm Russ Belville. Times Square pro-legalization marijuana ad debut delayed by CBS, from Mashable.com. A pro-marijuana legalization advertisement targeting New York's adult crowd was scheduled to debut in the infamous tourist attraction of Times Square early Tuesday morning, the Daily News first reported. But before the ad could go up on the CBS Superscreen billboard, it was pulled by the corporation for review by its legal team. Weedmap CEO Justin Hartfield told Mashable, quote, "I was surprised but not shocked. The creative was really tame, especially by our standards," end quote. The ad was purchased by Weedmaps, a medical marijuana review site where patients can post their accounts of anything from local dispensaries to doctors. It features a 10-second looping video that displays the words "Hi," H-I-G-H, NYC on a light green background before revealing the name of the company, which then vanishes into a cloud of smoke to show the site's URL and the hashtag HIGHNYC. The planned spot was supposed to be displayed at 42nd Street between 7th and 8th Avenues, the heart of Times Square. Normal was scheduled to run a 15-second pro-legalization ad in 2010 on the same billboard as the Weedmap spot, but CBS abruptly reversed its approval of the ad soon before it was supposed to go up. After a Change.org petition garnered nearly 10,000 signatures, however, CBS went back on this decision, and Normal ran a second ad in Times Square later that year. Pot decriminalization and legalization bills die in Maryland House Committee, from the Washington Post. A committee in Maryland's House of Delegates on Wednesday killed legislation that would have legalized or decriminalized the use of marijuana in the state, choosing instead to form a task force to study the issue. The only major initiative on marijuana still alive in the General Assembly is a bill to revise the state's medical marijuana law to make the drug more accessible to patients. Many lawmakers believed that decriminalization, which would treat possession of small amounts of pot like a traffic ticket rather than a criminal offense, stood a better chance of passage than bills that would have fully legalized marijuana, taxing and regulating its production and distribution in a way similar to alcohol. But House Judiciary Committee Chairman Joseph F. Valerio Jr. and members of his panel expressed concerns about both legalization and decriminalization and did not let the bills move forward. Medical marijuana for epilepsy in Illinois, from the Chicago Tribune. Children would be able to use medical marijuana to treat severe cases of epilepsy under a measure lawmakers advanced Wednesday in Illinois. The medical marijuana proposal cleared the Senate 49-5 as a sponsoring Senator Iris Martinez dismissed worries that children would be, quote, getting stoned. The Chicago Democrat said the oil part of the cannabis plant that's been helpful to children contains little to no THC, the element often associated with getting high. The bill, which heads to the House, would add epilepsy to the list of ailments that medical marijuana can be used for in Illinois and restrict use for epilepsy patients to those under age 18. Medical marijuana was approved by lawmakers last year for numerous ailments, but it is not expected to be available to the public until 2015. Martinez said she took the issue up after receiving a letter from a mother who moved to Colorado with her child so he could receive medical marijuana to treat his seizures. Washington State plans for pot shop license lottery, from King5.com. Washington State will hold lotteries this month for its coveted legal marijuana retail licenses. The Washington State Liquor Control Board on Wednesday adopted a plan for the lotteries, which will be held for any cities or counties where there are more pot shop applicants than licenses allotted. The board says the lotteries, to be held April 21st through 25th, will be double-blind to ensure security, and the board itself will play no role in picking the winners. Instead, a random order will be generated by Washington State University with the assistance of the accounting firm for the Washington Lottery. The winners will be given priority in the issuance of licenses, but they'll still have to pass financial investigations and meet other requirements. The first retail sales are expected to begin in July. Originally, more than 2,100 people filed for the state's 334 retail licenses. With Pot Legal Festival trying to go mainstream, from ABC News, organizers of Denver's annual April 20th Marijuana Festival on Wednesday announced that rapper B.O.B. and singer Wyclef Jean will headline the event as they try to draw a big post-legalization crowd and shake the memory of last year's event, which was marred by a still unsolved shooting. This has been your 420 Radio News for Thursday, April 3rd, 2014. I'm Russ Belville. When we come back, we'll go behind the headlines to take a look at the Oregon State Police and their withdrawal from a 5-year anti-marijuana summit, or I should say a summit that's taken place for the past 5 years here in the state of Oregon. We'll tell you why they withdrew and some of the crazy quotes from their participants when we come back. You're listening to The Russ Belville Show on 420radio.org.